So the day my mom died was horrible for me because I get a call and they were like, they didn't say much, but I knew it wasn't good. You need to get up here as fast as you can. Call a couple of your family members because she's taking a turn for the worse. And I was just like, what? Because that was the day she's supposed to come home. I thought it was called like, okay, she's ready. Because the day before that, they came and brought new equipment and everything. I had everything reset because I was taking care of her, and I had no idea all of this was happening because behind that she was on morphine and all that. They should have told me, but my mom didn't want me to know because she knows I would talk her out and crying, and she couldn't handle that. And this whole time I thought I killed her because when I signed her there, you know how they rushed her out of the hospital because she was sick, and then she got sick there from being there. And she was already there like 12 days, and they just wanted to kick her out of the room, so they couldn't send her to a therapy place because she wasn't ready to come home yet because she was on the highest oxygen for a couple of years, 10. It was horrible. Like last year, she was a woman in a bed. It was, it was torture. She was mean. I wasn't allowed to give her certain food, and she would just scream at me and say, "I'm gonna tell her you starved me." Like it was horrible. Until I gave in, but I knew it wasn't her. It tore me down. But she's my best friend, and my mom would do anything, do it all over again. I love her. And I was so excited I couldn't wait for her to come home. It's still like it is sad. I just wish I got to say goodbye, but she didn't want to know. But I thought I killed her because when I was trying to sign her there, because we had nowhere to put her because she had to get her oxygen a little down and stuff to come home, and she came and go to therapy because you have to go to, if you can walk. She can't walk. She's in diapers. She just lays in bed. So I talked her into it, going to the hospice, and it was only supposed to be 5 days. And she was still get her medicine and all that, until she got well enough. Well, I guess like 2 days in, she was going downhill, and she was getting pain, and she didn't want me to know. But I thought she was pain. They were giving her morphine. I didn't know much. I didn't know they gave me morphine to die, but she told my sister and everything not to tell me. But I told my sister to care because I know when I leave, she's not gonna be able to handle this, and then I'm afraid she might take her life. And my sister promised she would make sure nothing ever happens to me. And that's why it was horrible for my sister too watching this because she kept trying. She never knew if I was gonna be alive. She was gonna call that I'm dead. But anyways, when I went to the hospital, just rushed up together, and I guess my sister said, "Pay attention to Nikki. We don't want her coming in that room." Well, I was flying, like it's like slow motion, like to me, and I was like looking behind me, like I was trying to hurry up, and it was like people chasing me, and I was going fast, like really, like it was like slow motion in my head. As I opened the door and walked on it, I just took her breath in, and her mouth was wide open, and I could see what happened. I dropped to that floor so bad. I guess I screamed. I mean, it was horrible. Mess in there for like 20 minutes of screaming, pain, and yelling, and I was shaking and screaming at God. And I didn't remember how bad it was until my head kept showing me things. And then when I finally asked my sister, she said, "Oh, it was horrible." And it was just like what I said. And then as I I got out of it, like it was weird. I was like someone else. I walked up to her and I touched her. She was cold, and I held her up, was hugging her, shaking her. "Somebody help! She's cold. She needs a blanket. She needs a blanket." And then that's when I never was the same. I came home and started drinking. I went through her phone and I kept singing. I had videos of it too. I shared in there. I was going in there singing songs that she had in her phone, just like I miss her songs. Sad. You could tell it was sad. And then, "Mom, where are you?" Every messages kept calling her. "Mom, are you coming home?" And then I don't know that wasn't a dream. She's dead. And then I just went downhill slowly. Then I started going through her phone, and that's really what messed me up a lot. And I could never sing worth of crap. I couldn't even carry a tune. Like I really could do nothing. And I would never have done this. But my brain did it. It just switched. I went from, I'm gonna start with this because I want to sing the song. Her last memory. It was the last song that she kept playing over in the hospital. Like 50 times, and she kept sending this guy friend that she thought was Billy Gibson. It's another story. But she wanted him to listen to the song. Isn't that beautiful? I want you to remember me as a song because I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm not gonna be here. I'm going to heaven. I just want to say I love it because they were close. That's what helped her through it. It was fake. We let her start to continue it. And he would say, "No, don't go, don't go." And she goes, "I have to. This song is beautiful." And she said, "Just listen to it. It's beautiful." And it was The Rose. So what I did is I kept practicing the song. I mean, I did it like 2000. I had like 8,000 songs I did with these 3 years, constant and scared. And every time I got hurt or whatever, he was hurting me when I locked myself away and everything. And I had little suicide things there just in case I died because I knew I went to my mom's home, they would know what happened and be ashamed of what they let me go through. And I got a lot of horrible things I can't even share with you guys and torture. Oh, but I had to keep practicing it, and I didn't sing without them singing with me. I had to sing with them because I was not scared. I kept doing it, doing it, doing it. And then eventually my daughter was like, Mom, you're starting to sound pretty decent because I could try to sing without them, with the words. Because my family was laughing at me, tearing me down, like making fun of me and stuff like that. And I was just doing it because I miss my mom. And I wasn't doing it to sing, I wanted my pain out. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to prove my family wrong. Because you can do anything you put your mind to. And I kept practicing, practicing, practicing. And then half of them can't sing. And then I'm teaching myself to play the guitar. What about you? I sit in this house and try to get better. And what I realized, if I wasn't singing, because I didn't start after I just started this, like getting really good at it. And then if it wasn't for the music, I wouldn't have survived. Music saved me. Music is everything. It's my heart. It's my angel. And I don't do it to make money. I do it for myself. And it does work. But I wanted to make sure I could sing and play guitar and everything because I want to prove them wrong, and I did. And that's what hurts, that my family still tear me down. Like, made fun of me, laughed at me, like, come on. But I did a song different every time, and I do it different ways. And this is my mom. She was my reason I was the seed because she made me this person I was because I grew into this person. Now that she's not here, she's in my heart growing a seed, and I'm the flower because I'm changing. I'm getting dimples on my face. I'm starting to look more and more and more like her. I always did, but it's like I'm changing. And she would come down there and practice sing with me. She would work with me, and she'd just listen to, like in my head, like she would. I would sing to her, singing. That's all I did a lot. And I didn't tell the family a lot. She was here, and then she was telling me different things to tell them that only they would know. And then they started listening, like, okay, she was really doing this shit. And then she would take over my brain, and it would be her singing, and you could tell. She hasn't did that in a while, but she's only really here now because she knows I don't need her as much. Is when I sing in my pain, and then I feel her warmness on me. And I believe 100% in God because I went there and I believe it. I went to heaven, I seen it. I seen my mom. And I get called a nutso, and I'm not. You guys don't have to believe in God. I will believe in God until the day I go see Him when I go to heaven. Alright, so I'm going to play this and then we're going to sing the song. This is a story to it, and there's all kinds of stories to each song I do. And then I got some, with the very first freestyles and all that, they were, like, you could tell there before I got really bad. And they were like, well, I don't know, I'll have to play some of them. I don't have it in this phone, and I have to charge the phone. I have it in so many different phones. But I did it to get my family's attention, and they just laughed at it. They listened and laughed that I got bad. You could see the difference of when I kept getting worse, worse, worse. And then it was like, okay, I was gone. And I got so bad that the voices in my head, I have a video of me screaming, 38 seconds, me screaming in my head. Because they were having me sing a suicide song, and they were just doing too much commotion in there. And I was like, I can't do the song, shut up, like screaming in my head. And that's when I was off the wall bad. Like, if I didn't die in the other ones, I made it survive what I did, and then this, I wouldn't have made it after this. It was bad. So the very next day I got in a car accident, and that's what saved my life right there, is because I had to go to the hospital. And I was scared, and I was like, since I'm here, I will, because I didn't want to go unless I was already there. I was scared they were going to put me in a loony bin or whatever, but I had to do it, because I wanted to be here for my kids. I didn't want to die. I couldn't control it. And I said, I told her, I gave her a hug. I said, I'm scared. And she's like, what? Because I think I'm going to die. And I need help. I need all medicine before. I don't want to go. I want to be here. And she gave me a hug, whispering, that's your first step. Admitted. And then started me putting on medicine. That's when the voices started going away. And then that's when I slowly started realizing. And then when I got on my phone, I was freaking out because I didn't remember anything of what I was doing. And I had every video of this stuff for 3 years. And that's how I learned myself, and my memory started slowly coming back of that part. So, alright, and then this is going to be the rose. After I send this on there, I'm going to sing the rose because I always sing it in some memory. And I get better and better, and that's my mom's last memory, and that's why I love it. And the rose is always our song now, but I'm the flower now. She is my seed, and she's growing me into her.